Today we talk about our Vexus aluminum boats. Are they good boats? Hey, if you've never been here before, I am Captain Matt. I'm the author of the book, Boat Buyer's Secret Weapon, the host of this channel, and we are going to dive into our Vexus good boats. So let's start with the history of Vexus boat. They're one of the newer boat brands out there. They were started in 2017 by Ken Drafton. Now, he's the grandson of Forrest L. Woods, the founder of Ranger Boats. You may recognize FLW, the fishing series. Well, that's named after Forrest L. Wood, Keith's grandfather, and they're built in Flippin, Arkansas, where Ranger was established. They focus on fiberglass and aluminum fishing boats. We're just going to talk aluminum today. So let's look at the boats. We've got some center consoles. We have got a deep V aluminum in several different sizes, 18, 19 feet. We've got the bass boat lineup in the aluminum from 18 up to 21, about 20, just over 20 feet. But really the question is, are Vexus good boats? The answer is yes, they are. Even though they're a new entry into the market, they are a good boat. I've actually gone to the boat shows and inspected all of the aluminum boats I can get my hands on. And I show you in this video the best and the worst aluminum fishing boats. I show you the good, I show you the bad, I show you what I like, what I don't, what they do different. So you can do your research and have a little bit better idea of what to look for on some of these boats. Check out that video. It is linked here and down below in the description as well. Let's start with the gauge aluminum. Let's compare how they stack up to others. Well, Vexus is using the .125 in their welded boats. Most everybody in the marketplace on the larger boats will use that same gauge, 5052 alloy, which is an aluminum alloy that almost everybody uses. And on the larger boats, which Vexus does, Crestliner, Tracker, they do some smaller John boats and boats that don't need as thick of aluminum. Vexus does mainly the bigger ones, .125 on the aluminum. And I've also got a video on welded versus riveted, talk about the pluses and minuses of each. So we won't get into that here. But let's go into Vexus. They're fully welded boats. Now, on the fiberglass side, they do vacuum infusion of fiberglass. But what's interesting is they commingle. So they put some of the fiberglass components on their aluminum boats. And because they do that, you know, like the helm, most of the helms are going to be fiberglass helms that they integrate into the aluminum boats. It creates a lighter, stronger, and a smoother ride the way they do it, the way they're incorporating fiberglass into different components of the boat. They've got a pad design and chines that deliver a smooth and dry ride. So the pad is that bottom section that the boat runs on. And that's what, as you get it trimmed up just right, it's not running deep in the water. It's just got that pad there, gives it a very smooth ride. And the chines, which are the stair steps on the boats and also the edge of the boat, anything that's going to give the ability for it to get up on the water and in a turn for it to kind of dig in so the boat doesn't roll too much. And that's going to help splash the water down. It's also going to give you a smoother ride the way those chines are. They get you more up on top of the water because of the hydrodynamics. They also use a closed cell foam that is going to increase the kind of the solid feel of the ride, and it's going to sound dampen as well. They've got on all of their storage compartments, they've got a nice raised lift on their storage with what they call a bubble trim. Keeps the water out. It gives you so that if water does happen to seep in, it's not going to go right into the storage compartment. It's got that lip around it that's going to keep it out. All of the components are built in-house for quality control. Not everybody does that. Some people buy modular components and then put it together. Vexus says, no, we're building everything so we know how it's built and it's going to fit like a glove. It's custom designed for each piece, and they build that in-house, including the custom matched trailers. They've got a factory that's less than half a mile away that they are going to match the boat and the trailer. They build it themselves. They do some cool things on the trailer with the coatings they use to avoid chipping, to avoid rusting and corrosion. They've got a really cool, easy remote drain plug design for easy draining of the hull. Instead of having to, I've got a stern drive. I've got to go down and I've got to undo the plug. On this, it's right up on the transom on the inside in the motor well, and you just adjust the drain, and boom, it drains out, which is kind of cool. They do a 100-point inspection prior to any boat leaving the factory, which is something I wish more manufacturers inspected better before the boats got to the dealers. They do a pretty good job with that, and they've got the limited lifetime hull warranty on the structure of the boat. So if you're looking to buy an aluminum boat, I'm going to encourage you to get our free Boat Buyer's Toolkit. It's a 40-page toolkit. It's got questions to ask, checklist for when you're inspecting a boat. Make sure you don't miss anything. It's 40 pages. We've given away thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of these over the years. You can get it for free, boatbuyerstoolkit.com. If you own a Vexus, I would love for you to tell me what year and model you own, and give us the good, bad, the ugly, so we can share that information with the community of real boaters using the boats the way they were meant to be used, and what your experience has been. I would appreciate that. Give this a thumbs up if you found it valuable. Grab that toolkit, and remember, life truly is better on a boat.